Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Heather and I am a homeschooling mom to 3 kids, and we are going on a decade of homeschooling. Today I just wanted to sit down and sort of have a chat with you. I'd call it a coffee chat, but I don't have any coffee right now. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about planning for next homeschool year and how it's going to be significantly different for my family than it has been for the past several years. Um, so Emma has participated in our public school band program for the past 3 years. 3 years. And that has been really wonderful. She's enjoyed it so much. She actually started a year before her peers did because she showed an interest, and I made some arrangements with the band director, and it has worked out really well. However, this year was definitely a struggle for us. Part of the reason was because we put our house on the market the weekend before we started school in August, and then we started school, and the kids were all sick for like the first week or so of school. I'll leave a link to my first day of school homeschool vlog from last year so you can see that. But it was a struggle because we were getting ready for showings. We had so many showings. And never at the same part of the day or on the same day. They seem to be evenly spread out throughout the week. So that was definitely a challenge for me because I was homeschooling while also trying to keep my house show ready. So if you're a homeschooler, you know that that's pretty difficult to do. So we did struggle. There was a lot of just running around trying to get to my mom's house, so we were out of the house trying to get Emma back and forth to school while also trying to fit all of our normal homeschool around all of that. It was challenging, very challenging. And around Christmas last year, Emma, after she had done her winter concert, she wanted to take a break. Which is good because we had like 3 or 4 weeks off from band at that point, and so she could just relax, and we did our normal holiday stuff, and we had a wonderful Christmas. And she really enjoyed that and did not want to continue doing band in the spring because she had just been so overwhelmed getting all of her other schoolwork done as well. She was in 6th grade last year, so it was significantly more work than she had been doing up until that point. So we talked about it, and we were going to finish out the school year with band, and we were going to revisit whether or not we would do band this coming fall. And then we got an offer on our house, even though we had taken it off of the market, and then we had to find a new home to purchase pretty quickly. So we did all of that and moved into our new home, got back into a rhythm of band again. And then coronavirus hit. And so we obviously did not do band anymore because the public schools are closed. So we took a step back, and it actually was really great for us because I had felt behind from just a really not well-planned year. Not that it wasn't well-planned, I guess, that we just had so many things going on in our personal family life that I did not feel like we were making as much progress as I usually like to make. And I do keep a pretty large workload on the kids. We are relaxed homeschoolers, but I'm constantly trying to fill their time with other things learning related because they thrive more in that rhythm of learning something every day, working on something every day instead of having larger amounts of free time. And if we just did the minimum. I just like to do a little bit more. So we caught up with our homeschool very quickly. I think it took us about 3 or 4 weeks, and we had caught up on everything. And we finished out our homeschool year at the beginning of April for the days requirement. Right now we're in our summer homeschool session. And I'm starting to think about next year. And to be real honest, Emma and I have been discussing whether or not she wanted to do band next year or if she wanted to take a year off and try some other activities. Because she is in band, we're out 3 days a week, and I do have to bring my 2 younger kids with me, and that's challenging because Jack's going to be in 5th grade, Lucy is in kindergarten, and taking that time away from their schooling as well, homeschooling stuff, has been a little challenging. They do have activities that they can do in the car, and I try to bring stories and things for them to do, but because of how the schedule is, we have to sit in the parking lot at the school. We don't have enough time to drive home and then drive back to get her, especially in the winter when everybody's getting all of their gear on to go out in the cold. So Emma and I had been discussing possibly taking a year off just to see what else she could do. Jack and Emma both play tennis, and there have been some homeschool leagues at the local tennis facility, which we haven't been able to participate in because she's had band. There's a homeschool co-op that's pretty informal. It's not like a lot of classes or anything. It's more projects that the kids work on and present several times a year, and meeting up with parents and other kids that are homeschoolers, which we haven't been able to participate in because Emma has been in band. And so we had been considering just taking a year off and seeing what other opportunities there were. I don't particularly like to stick to the public school schedule, but we do have to do that when she is in band. There are concerts that she's involved in. May is always really crazy because they have a spring concert, they have an all bands concert, they have field trips and other activities that are going on. And it's a month that I like to sort of back away from school because we usually finish all of our curriculum in April, which is good because May is always so crazy with extra band rehearsals and concerts, etc. So we just wanted to take a little break, and then with coronavirus, I wasn't sure what was going to happen in the fall for the public schools, and I'm still not sure what is going to happen in the fall for the public schools. Right now, it is the middle of June, and I have been keeping track of all the information from our state Department of Education and our local school district. I've been streaming the school board meetings. I like to have as much information as possible. That is my thing. I like to acquire as much information so that I can make an informed decision. And from what I've seen so far, the state is not going to release information about how the public school year is going to be set up until August. And the kids go back to school at the end of August. So I did not want to wait that long to try and plan out our homeschool year for other activities, because if I wait until, the middle of August to make a decision, that puts me out of step with some of the other activities that we could sign up for that I may not want to sign up for just in case band is going to happen. But because we just don't know what is going to happen in the fall, Emma and I did decide that she is going to take a year off from band. I don't know if this will be it for band for her because she really does love music. She loves participating in band, and unfortunately we do not have an opportunity for like a homeschool band where I am, and she's not quite at a level that she could be in there is a local community band, but I don't think that she would be able to be in that with many adults that have been playing for decades at this point. I would like her to continue playing the saxophone. She does a good job. She has gotten into the honors band festival the past 2 years. She plays in the jazz band. And so it would be nice to me for her to continue, but I would have to find some sort of a private lesson for her, which is a possibility. If we're not in public school, maybe she would be able to have a private lesson weekly to continue practicing and learning, so that if she does decide in 8th grade to go back into band, that she would not be behind for that. So because of the coronavirus and because the state is not going to give guidelines until August, we did make that decision. And I'm also just not really sure what the guidelines would be for the fall, for specifically any sort of chorus or band, because in chorus, there's you're projecting a lot, and there is spit, and there is a lot of spit in band, especially for woodwind instruments. It just happens. So I know that right now in church, we're not allowed to sing unless we're outside, having church outside. So I don't know what that is going to look like in the fall. I've heard a lot of different things, like having to, at the very least, have all the kids in masks. If that's the case, I don't see how they can be in masks and do music. So even if she wanted to continue doing band, even if we thought we could swing the schedule and we would just plow ahead and continue with band, I'm not sure, because of the restrictions that I think are going to be coming down the pipeline. I don't think that I would have her in the public school for band this year. So our decision was kind of made for us, just in the fact that we don't know what the requirements are going to be. We don't know if music's even going to be an option in the schools next year because of the coronavirus and because of a second wave and all of these things. There's just so much uncertainty. So it is going to be so different for us this year to be home and to be completely in control of our rhythm. I'm actually really looking forward to it. This year is going to be a different year for Emma. She is doing a lot more schoolwork this year. Going into 7th grade, she's going to be starting Algebra 1 and a physical science class, which has a lab attached to it. She's going to be doing a deep dive on American history and American literature, and all of that is going to be a significant amount of time, and I know that it's going to be challenging for her. And so to try and cram in a lot of that on a couple longer days, and so that we have, and then a few shorter days, I think would be a challenge for her, especially just getting used to it right at the beginning of the year. So that is going to be another video, trying to figure out how Emma and I are going to work together to plan out her time. We are working on time management, and she is going to be she has an Erin Condren academic planner that she uses, that she started using that last year for school, and that's going to be a little bit more in depth this year. I'm going to have her use it in conjunction with our weekly meetings and monthly planning sessions. We have conferences each month to sort of check in with the kids and see how everybody is doing. So there is a lot on the horizon, a lot of planning, a lot of figuring out what is next. And I'm really excited about it. I think that having a little bit more margin in our days is going to be a really great thing. Margin is something that I have talked about a lot. I've done several workshops about creating margin in your days, and it has been hard for me to do that. And we've had to say no to a lot of other things because Emma has been in band. And that's not necessarily fair to Jack and Lucy as they are getting a little bit older and able to do activities as well. Like I said, Jack's going to be in 5th grade, so he would be able to start playing an instrument this year if he wanted in the public school. But again, obviously, we aren't going to be doing that. So there's a lot of stuff on the horizon. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to start planning in my Erin Condren teacher planner for next year. I'm excited about finishing our year strong with this summer session and then slowly easing into the new year. So thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear if there are going to be changes to your homeschool year because of coronavirus or because you've made some new decisions about what's important for your family. Leave me a comment below and let me know how you are doing. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.